So we started with cotton on 150 acres. Now we're running on about every acre of 8,000 acres. We're using some Huma products.
I've been using Huma products for quite a long time. Matter of fact, before Mark ever got into the picture. And that's been 10, 12, some years ago, like that.
Huma I have not run across a product that we don't have, that it's not fit in our operation. Can use it 2 or 3 times a week. It's not going to matter because in what we're doing, I'm just confirmed believer in it, and Susan will tell you the same thing. There's got to be some reason why we've picked up our yields the way they have.
Do you feel that you can count on a certain percentage yield increase just by using those products?
Yeah, I think so. Probably a third more, anywhere from 25% to a third.
Raised this 140 up here, and whenever we got done, we figured the yield, and it was just astronomical. I mean, the yield was just astronomical.
And it stayed that way.
And it stayed that way consistently.
I'm assuming you've started doing some harvest now. You've pulled melon several times.
We started about 3 weeks ago.
So how many pulls have you done?
We've done, I think, 4 or 5.
How many pulls do you think you'll get this year? 11 pulls?
11 to 12.
Okay. And what is normal for a watermelon crop?
We normally get 11 to 12.
So maybe other watermelon growers in the area, are they pulling as many times?
No.
How many times would they pull on average, do you think?
Well, the one up here is going to pull 1 time. Okay.
If we could keep the rain away, the humidity, this row would have very little disease. We have cut up 11 times. We walked one field 11 times. It's kind of an unbelievable find.
We have not cut back on our in-furrows, on our fertilizer over-the-top sprays. In fact, I think over the last couple of years we probably even increased a couple. And our yields have been the highest they've been the last 2 crops that we've been farming since me and my brother have been in partnership since '04. We've had some really good cotton yields, been able to retain a lot of the fruit on the cotton, had real good 1,400 pound cotton crops, and last year we were making in the 80 bushel beans on almost all of our irrigated bean fields, which 2-3 years ago we were happy to make 65. And that's been just totally a change in our whole approach in our bean operation. In the way we have set sprays with fertilizers over the top and in furrows. So we've been real fortunate through these last couple of years when the market's down, to have some of our better yielding crops of the last several years.
Well, that's a real significant increase.
It's a big increase.
Probably increasing 15,000 pounds an acre, I'd say I'd feel comfortable with.
I'm going to say with the breakout, we probably went up close to 20,000 pounds.
JR, do you believe that the breakout's holding more blooms and making you more watermelons?
Yes, it will hold more blooms. Put the breakout on it.
It seems to set more fruit than it would without it. A lot more, matter of fact.
The big deal is you can see the breakout just so, it's like looking at a little fragile plant that's just, you're wondering how it's going to survive in the big world, and then suddenly you come back in 3 days after you've treated it with breakout, it's thriving, it's there.
Early, we had a lot of problem with water. I used a lot of Vitol.
And what does the Vitol do?
It's for plants that's not healthy, and it kind of stimulates it. I don't know, it's just good stuff to put out.
So when you put it on, did it help kill the water damage, or what did it do?
Well, it just kind of stimulates the plant, and they kind of, cut through the water damage better.
So you didn't lose as much?
No, but that Vitol's pretty good stuff, ain't it, Mark? Just put the Vitol to it, where we see a lot of things instead of having one melon, we may have multiple melons coming off the same set, right there in the same spot. And it's just become a habit with us. It's just a staple for us anymore.
You said you use Vital. What have you noticed specifically with that?
As much for just a kicker, you know, like you would any type of fertilizer, and it seems to brighten them up and keep them healthy. And that also helps the vine itself fight off anything that's there, because it is very healthy. We have not sprayed an insecticide this year.
Really? Do you attribute that to the use of
A lot of it is got to be.
chemical product?
And it's a lot because the vines are fighting off everything, and it's promoting, with that, it's promoting the beneficials.
You can take a patch of peanuts or cotton or beans or whatever, and if you'll use it and use it correctly, that might have chemical damage on it, you will tell the difference. And I've never seen it fail yet that you didn't pick up the yield on it.
I just came from 500 acres in Georgia, and I haven't seen a crew like the size we have here walk across vines and then be back up within a day looking beautiful like they've never been touched. And it's I don't know what y'all are doing exactly, but you're doing something right, that's for sure.
Super K, you know, when you're putting half a gallon of that out twice, you're getting some bang out of it, and you can really see that going, and you feel like it's doing what it's supposed to do. In the past, where we've done this on some rescues, where we've seen potash deficiency, some alternarium showing up in our cotton, we've gone out and used Super K, and within 2 days, it's completely starting to go away, and you don't see it come back for the rest of the season. So we know it's getting in the plant and doing its job. I saved a ton of money by using the Extend versus some of the other products that were out there. The only regret I have is we didn't do it on the first shot. We're going out and starting to apply ZAP in these areas, and we're seeing with the first shot of doing that, tremendous change in the structure of our plants. We were going from cotton that wouldn't grow more than 12, 13 inches and completely never would lap, to last year we did this twice in the same spot, and that cotton for the first time actually grew, I'd say, at least 3 feet, and was actually starting to lap over. So that's been a great change. It's just dirt that is, we've cut out all the organic life. There's nothing there. We keep putting P&K on it. Has not helped, and this is ground that we've moved dirt on. This particular field was 7 years ago. So nothing had changed. P&K, add more nitrogen. Still, you'd get these areas of the field and it'd be 300, 400 pounds of lint compared to 1,500 pounds 100 yards away. So by adding this in last year, we actually saw, I think it was hitting maybe up to 1,000 pounds in some of those spots where we did this. And it went from an absolutely bare crop where there was nothing there to, when you're driving, it looked like a cotton crop. So we were very pleased with that. We're starting to do that more widespread on fields where we're actually going in and putting this ZAP out to try to bring our dirt back to life, get the microorganisms something they can feed on and move back in, and just get them a viable environment to thrive. Getting involved with companies like y'all's, we've kind of learned that, hey, it's not just the nutrients can be there, but if you don't have the right factors and elements in your soil to free it up, it's just you put more out there, you're adding to the bank, but you don't have a deposit book. You can't take it back out. So we've learned that you really need to improve the soil health. And that's our biggest goal on my farm right now, is going to these low yielding spots, which might only be 15% of the entire farm. But if you can take 15% that's yielding 45 to 50% worse than the rest of your farm, I feel like that's going to be the biggest change that I can make to help improve our yields. I think it could bring up our yields on our cotton 200 to 300 pounds an acre.
I'm a firm believer in it, and anybody use it and use it correctly and will use it, they'll find the difference. That's about all I can say about it.